Okay, good morning. I am Hembade. Today we are going to learn about how to use Eclipse to run Java programs. So what we are going to learn is that from where it is to download, and after installation how to use to run your Java programs one. So as far as the downloading of Eclipse is concerned, you can go to the Google. Okay. Then you can download it from there. So what I am doing is that I am trying to log into my local proxy server. Okay, so depends upon your internet settings. You have to go to your internet, log in it to there if required. Otherwise, if it is free access to you, and you can go to the directly to the Google. Then just a type here Eclipse downloads. You can see the number of lists are going to be available. Search is available for you. Click on Eclipse IDE. Okay, just to go to this particular location and download the concern Eclipse IDE for your need. Depends upon your machine configuration. If it is 64-bit, go for 64-bit. If it is 32-bit, go for 32-bit. Okay, for my machine I already downloaded the Eclipse one. I had installed the Eclipse one. So skipping the process of installing the Eclipse one, we are directly proceeding to how to use an Eclipse one, because as far as the installation of Eclipse is concerned, it is straightforward one. As far as the Windows machine is concerned, you have to just use an MSI file, double click it, follow the steps, and you are going to be ready with an Eclipse one. So I had downloaded it one. I created the shortcut on my desktop one. I am directly going from that shortcut to go to the Eclipse one. Okay, so this is your launching screen for an Eclipse one. Of course, little bit is required to be wait to initialize the Eclipse configuration and proceed further. So let us wait for a while. Time being, we are going to switch to your agenda. That our agenda is about how to use an Eclipse, that is download and install. As far as this particular point is concerned, we have just covered it now. Later on, we are going to learn about how to write your first program in Eclipse and how to execute it. And if time permits, we are going to learn about how to write a class, for example, a rectangle class, how to add the properties to this particular class, how to define behavior for this particular class, and how to create an instance of this particular class and how to use it. Okay, let us see how much. Okay, so after clicking on the start Eclipse one, you are coming to this particular dialog box. This dialog box is asking for you that as far as your Eclipse projects are concerned, which directory you are going to prefer to store it one. For me, what I done is that on my D drive I created one directory. Okay, name of the directory is Java PROG. For your convenience, you can create the directory at any location, whatever your preferred location one. Otherwise, Eclipse is going to give you one default location. You can use that default location and choose it and proceed further. I am using Java PROG as my default location for creating the project one. So click OK. Okay. If Eclipse do not want to be ask you again and again what should be the default location for your project one, you can click this button and you can say that next time it is never going to ask you what is the default location for your workspace. Okay, but I am not clicking it one because some of the times I may need to change the locations for my entry level Java programs or for advanced Java, etc. So I am not clicking this particular button one. I am keeping it as it is and I am proceeding further. Okay, this is shows that my Eclipse is initializing. So when it is going to initialize one, of course little bit time is required for that. As I told you that this is our today's agenda one, we are coming to that particular agenda, that is very small project, just like an hello world project we are going to write. Of course we are not going to do the big stuff as far as the first program is concerned, because at initially we are just trying to understand that how to create a project, how to add the source file into it, okay, how to execute it, and like that one. If required anything more, we are going to see that too. Okay, first time initialization is going to be there, so it is going to take little bit more time. You require to be little bit patient about that one, but that is not going to be much more. If your machine's RAM and speed up is going to be good one, it will not take that much particular time. Okay, so this is home screen for me. For you the home screen might be little bit different one. Okay, so you can see something like this one as your home screen one at the initially when you are going to launch your Eclipse one. It is an welcome screen for Eclipse one. We are not worried about what it is going to be there and all that one. All these are going to be links for different resources provided by Eclipse, how to use samples, tutorials, that is overview, tutorials, samples, what's new, etc. We are not worried about that one. We are just closing this particular dialog box, and you can come up with this particular screen. Now from this our stuff is going to begin. That you can see this is an project explorer. We are going to use the default configuration for, or whatever the default screens are going to be there to use, and we are going to write our first programs and we are going to run this particular program. So this is your project explorer. First you have to create one project. So what should be the project and all that one, you can decide your one. That is not going to be big stuff one. Either you can go from file, you can go to the new, okay, and you can choose a project from here like this one. This is one way to do that one. Otherwise you can come to the project explorer, you can right click here, okay, and you can go from new here, you can go to the project one. So you can go to choose your project either in the way that is from project explorer or from the file one. I am going to the project explorer. So project, this will show you the list of the projects or the types of the project is going to be supported by Eclipse one. This depends upon your Eclipse version. If you are going for the basic one, it is not going to show you EJB, Java E, etc. one. But time being we are not worried about Java Enterprise Edition and all that one. You can download any Eclipse and you can proceed further. So we are going to write our Java project. So click on the Java project, click on the next. Here it is going to ask you the name of the project one. So you can say that, suppose first PROG. As per the name of the project is concerned, you can prepare your own one. You can choose the JDK you are expected to support one. Okay, most of the times it is going to choose the default one, depends upon your Eclipse and the current Java version one. So you choose this one. Just click on the next. Okay, so this is going to be created. Okay, just click on the finish. We need not require to be worry much more about other aspects. It will ask you that this project is associated with the Java perspective. Do you like to open that perspective and all that one? Of course you have to say yes for here. Okay, so you have created your first project. Now the time is coming to create the one source file. That means the file where we are going to write our course one. Just to go to this particular my project, click on this particular button, go to the src directory. Again you just right click here and say new. Okay, and now you have to say new class. So go to the new class, because what we are going to do is that as far as the Java is concerned, we are going to write each and every file is going to have the class one, even though it is an hello world program or even though it is some big stuff you are going to do, you require to write a class. So you are going to say a new class. Okay, this stuff I am closing, there is no need of me. So this is your class dialog box. It is going to ask me what is the name of the class 1. Suppose that we are going to say hello world itself, because here we are going to write the first program only. So we say hello world class. Okay. As far the Eclipse is concerned, Eclipse is going to give some help to write the code for you. For example, as per this particular class is concerned, we require public static void main method 1. Either you can create the class and you can add that method later on. Otherwise, Eclipse is going to help you to write that particular method. Just click on this public static void main string array, name of this args1. This method is going to be automatically given to you, and this is stuff we are going to use. Okay. So this is the code, okay, which is available for you. You can find out that little bit that particular screen is going to have a small font, you may not be visible for you one. For that matter, you can go to the Windows preferences, okay, general, appearances, colors and fonts, okay, and you can choose Java edited text and font. Of course, as far as you as the programmer one, if you are going to try out one, you need not require to do all that stuff. So as I am a trainer one, and this particular video is going to be font one, to look the fonts in my source code little bit bigger one, I am choosing that particular one. But if you are going to do these particular things in your Eclipse, you can do. Otherwise, there is no need of this one. For my sake, I am doing this particular one, okay, so that whatever code I am going to type, it is going to visible for you one. So now you can see that this is only 10 font. I am going to choose the 16 font. I will say okay. Now you can find out that the code which is available in my file is going to be bigger one. Okay. So this is the your hello world class template. As I told earlier, we are going to learn about how to use an Eclipse to run your first program, so that later on whenever we need to use an Eclipse one, we should be able to use the Eclipse to write the little bit lengthy programs or bigger programs later on. So time being, we are going to write one hello world one, just like your first program in Java, by using your command line prompts or your Linux prompt one. Okay, here we are going to write system, okay, dot out dot print or println. I am writing println here one, okay. So this is one, okay. Another big thing about Eclipse or some other editors is that whenever you are going to write some code and if there are going to be an errors syntactical, the editor is going to help you for that one. So you can rectify your errors as early as possible instead of compiling it and checking it later on one, okay. So here the message, whatever you want to type on, I am here typing hello, okay, using Java, okay. So this is code I had written for my first program. Of course, if you want to add the more stuff into this particular code, you can add more stuffs and all that one. But as far as my concern today is that just using an Eclipse to create your project, create your source file, and then writing a small hello world code and executing that one. So I am not adding any more stuff into that particular one. So this is what one. So what we studied from being, we had started with where to find out the Eclipse one. Then I had just informed you that you can download it and install it one. Then we had started Eclipse one. Then we had gone through that how to create your first project. Then how to create your source file when your source file is ready, okay. And as far as the process of compilation is concerned, what we required at the time of the demo on command line prompt one is that we require to compile your code one. So as far as the Eclipse is concerned, Eclipse is going to compile your code automatically. You need not require to be compile this code. If the errors are going to be there, just like whatever we had removed here, okay, If errors are going to be there, it is going to show it there only one, so you need not require to compile one. It is automatically going to compile it. Errors are going to visible for you. You can remove that particular errors, and if there are no errors one, you can run your Eclipse program. Of course, it is not an Eclipse program, it is a Java program. We are using Eclipse as an environment to write this particular program and run one. Okay, so this code is ready one. So now you have to run this particular code. How you can run is that you can find out there are the different icons on your toolbars one. You can find out there is one, this particular icon. This particular icon is used to launch or run your current file. So you can click here, run. Okay. If you not saved any particular modification into this particular source file, it may ask you to do you want to save or all that one. Of course, we are interested to save it one, and you can find out that the program is executed one at the console tablet at the bottom. You can see an output one. So this is how you are supposed to run your first Java program in Eclipse one. This is one way. Another way is that you can go to your source file, right click here. Okay, you can see the different options and all that one. Time being, you need not interested into that one. As we are proceeding further, we can understand that how to use this particular menus. You can go run as, say run as a Java application, and same thing is going to happen one, because the code we had written is not something different one. It is as simple as your first program in Java. So this is an output one. So what we done today is that we had studied that how to use an Eclipse to write your first Java program, how to create a first project for that, how to add a source file into that, how to write the code into this particular source file, and how to execute it one.